as a MMA?
Yeah, I've trained under Juanito Navarro,
Okay.
which is world-class MMA. I train under LA Boxing, Jason Drexel, a couple other guys. I can't remember right now, you know. Who else? There was a couple guys, big names from back in the day, you know. Jason Drexel was one of them. And then I was under Master Eddie Cha. From All In MMA, which is the gym here where I run the gym. I switched the name to BP Martial Art Academy, which is formerly known as All In MMA. And so I was under Master Eddie Cha. And, you know, so now that I took over, it's been about 5 years now. 5 years. I have fighters such as Cisco Rivera, David Duran, Henry Corrales, you know, other guys, you know. But then again, I have my core group as well. That's not, you know, straight from them because they're the up and coming. You know, I have David Marquez, Alejandro Gonzalez, different guys, you know, and my regular students as well. They're coming up, and it's a new generation, and we're working. We're definitely working.
Let me ask you one thing.
Yeah.
What is basically the qualification, or maybe the part of one requirement in order for you to become an MMA fighter? Do you have to have that agility already, or maybe a strength? I would say.
Okay, well, no, definitely no. You know, people coming in, we welcome all people of different levels of life. You know, it can be levels of athleticism, levels of just personal growth. You know, it depends. For me, it doesn't matter who you are. You know, disability. That it doesn't matter. When it comes to the fight game, maybe. My gym is based on martial arts.
Okay.
You know, we're not based on the superstar.
Okay.
You know, for me, everyone's a superstar. You know? It's not about the individual. It's about the collective of students, the collective of growth, which comes from students. Don't get me wrong, it's great to have someone that stands out amongst the crowd, and maybe we can grow them to that point of stardom. But my objective is not that. My objective is growing the school, growing the students, and making sure everyone feels accountable. We love students that represent themselves as fighters because they went through the training of being a student, if that makes sense.
Right.
So it takes time to become a fighter. So we don't praise you because you're a fighter. We praise you because you follow the tradition of martial arts.
Okay.
The tradition of our rules. The tradition of putting in the work to become that person, if that makes sense.
Right.
I used to be a fighter. But I'm a martial artist, and to be a martial artist, you have to have discipline, you have to have respect, you have to have the open mind to learn, to be willing to receive criticism.
Correct.
You know, to grow.
What would you think is the main difference of being an MMA fighter against a UFC fighter?
Being an MMA fighter, it's pretty much the same as UFC fighter. But UFC is,
as far as strokes and, you know,
it's UFC is the top of the top.
Okay.
It's the cream of the crop.
It's a combination of everything. Jiu-jitsu.
It depends on what type of martial artist you are. So, like I said, it comes down to martial arts. Everyone puts the mindset on MMA.
Okay.
But they don't understand where MMA comes from. MMA comes from not just jiu-jitsu, boxing. Manifest what they know and use it to their fullest ability. And that's MMA. MMA is not a sport. MMA is a style of martial arts that came together. People that say, "Oh, do you teach MMA?" What does that mean?
Mixed martial arts, right?
I hate to say it like that. Maybe I'm wrong. I swear. Maybe I'm wrong because.
But did I say it right? That's
No,
exactly
it is
what
mixed martial arts.
right?
But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, what is mixed martial arts?
It's a combination of pretty much everything.
Exactly. You can't coexist Taekwondo with Jiu-Jitsu. You can't do it. It doesn't make sense, you know?
Being a coach for the longest time, right? What do you think is the best combination for you? Maybe a combination of judo and martial arts. Then if you basically perfect that, then you could probably come up there and say, you know what, I can fight on MMA. Or maybe I could fight as a UFC fighter.
No.
Oh, not really.
I would never say that. Just because you perfect judo doesn't mean you could be an MMA fighter. The combination that I will say, of course it can be coexist with judo, but I would say wrestling for one, stand-up fighting, which is Muay Thai, maybe some Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh, okay, so wrestling, Muay Thai, and Jiu-Jitsu.
I would say those are the three elements of
three.
MMA. The most key important. There's many others, don't get me wrong.
Okay.
There's many others. But the key elements of MMA will be Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, and wrestling. To be able to fight, you know, when it comes to the higher caliber of fighters, you have to know wrestling. That's key. Some of these guys like Wonder Boy, he's a karate champion. Some similar to Taekwondo. The footwork is
tremendously amazing.
Very tremendous to the IQ of a fighter. To understanding when the time of fighter, how to move in, move out, move in. Wonder Boy. He's great.
So anyway, you guys, best actually advice is for you to run for your life.
Avoid the craziness, the crazy people, because most of the time they already have the agenda. So if I were you, just run.
Thanks for coming up, Coach Johnson.
Absolutely.
And I'll see you around.
Yes.
Good evening, guys. Maan here once again, and welcome to Talk with Maan. And right now, I am actually here with a good friend of mine, Kirby.
Hi.
So he is actually a fitness enthusiast. He actually coaches also, right?
Yeah, I do. I'm part of a group that's called Spartan FTX Carnival. We also have another community that I recently called the Weekend Habit. So start at the Saturday Habit workout.
That's so soft.
Greenfield District, which is just near here. So we do have the Spartan FTX Carnival workouts, community workout. And we also have the Weekend Habit.
And I still remember you actually, even before you really do have a nice body. Like,
Wow, thank you. Well, compared to other people, yeah.
Yes, sir. You're very thin.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So I guess that's the result of me going to the gym regularly, and trying to be as healthy as possible. Like that's to my nutrition and diet. So the Spartan race here in the Philippines started in 2017, November, December. If I'm not mistaken. But I got to join on the first race in 2020.
What exactly the difference on Spartan? I'm not really sure if you're watching the US form of Spartan compared to here in the Philippines. Like as far as obstacles, maybe I don't know what other differences that you can take off.
There are some races that I've seen in the US wherein they use different obstacles that are not here in the Philippines where you get very deep. But the majority of the obstacles used in those Spartan races globally are basically the same standards. But there are one, two, three few that are available or used in the US or in Europe that are not being used yet here. Another good example is the beater. Just got introduced here in the Philippines last year. It's a new obstacle that is already or was already used. The format of the race is basically the same. So you have to do trail runs. So except for a stadium format, but everything else like sprint, bees, even like Spartan FTX Kalabaw is one of the pioneers of this. They dragged them back in 2019. But they were already established years before that. If I am not mistaken, sorry, Mark. But I think 2017.
Okay, you're part of the let's talk about your journey with the Spartan. How did you manage to find that certain race? And when you got into that first race, what are your experiences?
Yeah, it's a combination of good and bad experiences actually.
Before you continue, when you join, is there kind of like a fee?
Yeah, there is a registration fee.
Oh, okay.
Depending on the reason.
And then they give you something like a shirt, or you just go there with your all geared up.
For the Spartan race, after you register, when you go on site, register, they'll give you a race name. So it's like a small envelope with your PIN number. And inside that envelope would be your band with a bib number that you have to wear all the time throughout the race. Then you also have a time chip, a few sneakers or whatever for other stuff. But the most important would be your band with a bib number and your time chip.
So going back to your experience.
Okay, going back to my experience. Joining a race without knowing anything, my preparations were stupid, I have to say. Considering now that I've gone through a number of races.
But isn't it always like that? Like when you first join something, you are so overwhelmed that sometimes you even forget to put on something, right? You know, it's always like that, but you're starting with something.
Yeah, and I guess that's one of the things that I really learned throughout my journey to start race. Everything that has happened in between is that.
You said you had good and bad experiences.
Right.
What are those?
I'll start with the bad ones. That's what I learned. My first race was really a good learning.
Did you finish?
Yes, I did.
Were you expecting like to carry something like to cross a river or maybe,
No,
exactly
like I said, I didn't know anything particular for a Spartan race. I've been doing a lot of races and everything because I've watched it. But when I registered, I did not really train for the obstacles per se. Because I was very confident that I'm strong enough on my body. My running is really bad because I've never done trail running like that. And it's very not even 5 kilometers every time I run. So, but I was confident because I knew that I can. One bad thing I did was I made the tournaments. They were not prepared also. So the thing is, right, even they wanted to run, okay, we're going to register and open anyway, so we can help each other, so we are going to finish that. I guarantee that to them. But it was a bad thing, because right now, I need to be mature, responsible.
Yeah, because your body is probably not as fit as,
Yeah, exactly. And these friends of mine were not as they weren't as trained as me.
I said it right.
Yeah, but I guess I was just confident enough that I could help them. Yeah. So, okay, race day came. We're so happy, excited, and everything. Yeah, we're gonna finish this. Like that. One of my friends didn't tell me that, yeah. So there were a few times that we really have to stop for like 30 minutes, 5 minutes, that long. Another shade, we have to look for a shade and then let her rest. So that she gets better. I can't recall how many stops we had. I didn't feel bad because I wasn't really, my target was,
You wanted to experience probably.
yes, yeah, I just
the
wanted,
experience.
right.
So that was your good experience because you were able to finish
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But going through the obstacles because of the people, which probably help you also, probably boost your confidence.
Oh yes, yes.
Drive them with you. What is the difference of this Sparta race of the two like Avengers Castle? Remember Avengers Castle?
Yes. One of my favorite TV shows before.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I guess Avengers Castle is more of you have to be smart. You have to be smart, agile. You have to have endurance.
Yeah, and in everything you really have to have the endurance. That's the main key.
Right.
In every sport, I guess.
Yeah, which is very, very essential in this part of the race. On the strength part, I can't recall any game in Avengers Castle. Maybe needed that.
No, there is this bar that you jump to go to another.
Yeah, so that's a very, very fun one. I hope we have to get a vicious castle. I'd love to try that. But yeah, for the spot race, I see it as something like a military boot camp.
Oh, okay.
But more on obstacles that are signature parts. But some of them are actually used for military boot camp. So it's really a good test of strength, endurance, running especially for the long runs. I couldn't recall how many times I asked myself, why the heck am I actually doing this? Like halfway through the race, why? I'm gonna go up again. Why do I have to be out of the business stress, train hard, and put myself in that but good enough, even if all the time I would answer. Yeah. I want to check what can I actually do this. Do I still have the will to go through all the hardships of going through those hardships? Still do.
When you go to these obstacles, of course, you're gonna run like minimum 5 kilometers, right?
Yeah.
So that's the minimum. Of course, we really need to have that bar. So how do you carry? Do you also carry camelbacks? And because when I used to mountain hike, I have camelback with me. I have house. You know that trick, right?
Yep.
And cramps is pretty normal, right? Can you give them some tricks on how to get rid of the cramps right away? Because I know some because I used to on the night, but that's a different one when it comes to like doing. Probably there's a similarity, but what would be your best recommendation to them as far as like getting cramps while doing the race? So what's your trick, man?
My trick for cramps?
There's actually a trick.
So I don't know, because again, it's even for some people who would ask me about that, how to avoid it, when you get it, try to get it out.
It lessens the cramping of the muscles. It's to me, to them, it's kind of like a magic. Which actually happened to a friend. And then she took that. I just totally forgot what that is. I even voiceover ko na, And then she took it, right? She took it. So she was able to actually go up with me more, I would say extra 10 miles. But she was really tired. She was actually tired at that time. And then she goes like, I'm going to go back down. I'm like, okay, wait for me because going back down is actually harder.
Because it's going down, it's easy.
Yep, it's like a balance of your body is so like pretty down towards your down. I mean, like leg all the way down, so it's really hard.
Yeah, for those of us who do trail runs as partners, a common thing that we would bring along with results is it's a capsule that will have solutions. Because the common thought right now for perhaps would be sodium, electrolytes, balance. Yeah, and of course, if you're actually tired, so get cancer. But again, from what I've seen, number one, if you haven't trained it, most definitely your muscles will get tired. And if you did not train specifically for a particular race, good luck. You are
You're
increasing
most
your
likely gonna get
you're increasing your risk to get cramps. But if you train enough your body, your muscles, again, if it's specific for the race, you get to the race part of your body will be away from your heart is going to have. When it comes to the sodium, the electrolytes, the fat information, well, that's kind of hard to say if it's really that because we do experiment. And unless we have laboratory there to raise it, we have to make well.
For the diabetics too,
Yes.
like you guys take note. Kirby eats a lot. Okay? He eats a lot of rice.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. Cups here, not enough. For one meal. Yeah, I mean, I'm not afraid of
But he's still healthy, so do not just totally cut down rice like what I did.
well, rice. They're not you don't eat rice, but where else you get your sugar? Iced tea, soft drink, ice cream. For you, chocolate, right? So you take out your rice, but you get other sources. It's this. And
Thank you for watching Talk with Ma. Thank you to all our guests and sponsors of the show. For our contest this week, please check our Facebook page on how to win. We have a special prize for the top fans. Toto Roland, Sharon Sanchez, and Shane Bahal. And for the most shared post winner, Pat Loyola. For the top person who shared the post of Talk with Mon frequently, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe in our YouTube channel. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys on our next episode. Ciao!